Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. Okay, so I've been thinking about this whole Kanye West thing. And let's make a statement right up front and say that Mr. Kanye West has an incredible amount of political power. Let me say that again. He has a tremendous amount of political power because he just made a series of small statements and he tweeted out some things and he did an interview. I mean, honestly, the whole process couldn't taken more than about an hour of his time. Maybe 2 for all of it, actual time out of his day to produce this political input. And he gave Donald Trump an 11% hike in African American approval rates. 11%. He went from 11% to 22%. He doubled the African American approval rate of Donald Trump just by speaking, just by tweeting. So one could say that right there, if nothing else, if you don't like what he said, if you're triggered by it, if you think he's crazy, you have to admit that this guy has some political clout, that he literally moved mountains with the wave of his hand. That kind of political power could land him in a very important place, and that is exactly why he did it. I'm here to tell you, I haven't heard anybody else say this or propose this idea, but I really think Kanye West is preparing to run for office, that he is preparing to enter political life. Let's give it some thought here, because I know this for a fact, that when you reach a certain age as a performer, it starts to get harder and harder. And it's the pressure of topping your previous tour, your previous show, making your next record better than the last one. That pressure starts to wear on a person. And if you're smart, you'll stop when you peak. When you feel that peak and you start to feel that downhill trend and you think, I just can't keep this up forever, sooner or later, I'm not going to be the hot thing anymore. If you'll take that moment and legitimately make a move into some other forum, that's why a lot of singers jump to acting. They can, it's not as grueling as touring. People don't realize how hard it is to make records and tour. I did it all of my life, and it's worn me out until, if I wanted to be as active as I'd like to be, I'd have to have a series of surgeries just to repair my busted up old body. Prince, before he died, had just had double hip replacement surgery because he destroyed his hips from dancing on stage in high heels. And let me tell you, I can relate. My knees, my shoulders, my hips, all of that from carrying gear and touring. It's tough. So if you're smart, you'll make some other move. And this may be Kanye's move. This may be his jump into politics. Could you see a Donald Trump Kanye West 2020 ticket? Woo, wouldn't that be interesting? Because Pence is kind of not on a log. What good is that guy? And I'm going to do a video here too about another worthless guy up there. But that's the Attorney General Sessions. When are you going to fire him, Trump? But at any rate, yeah, Kanye West, definitely, I think he's moving into politics. I think that's what this is. I think he's a genius, and he'll do it, and I think he'll follow Donald Trump's footsteps, but only in the African-American community. There's never been an African-American populace, as far as I know. Yeah, that would be really interesting to see them join us. Maybe there's a new political party that's brewing, the Patriot Party. God save our republic.